People first joining a company are always amazed that they are allowed to do it in work time. But it's not totally philanthropic from a manager's perspective. Information overload in the digital age is a major concern and impacts on our well-being. Some of our clients work 14 to 15 hours a day, and through yoga and meditation, people can feel more focused, work better with others, be more creative, and make better decisions for the company's benefit. When levels of the stress hormone cortisol are reduced, the mind becomes calmer. Health professionals have known this for some time. Now it's being rolled out to businesses.
Good morning. I'm Derek, and I'm going to tell you about some research that we conducted at the psychology department of my university on the subject of intuition. First, what is meant by intuition? Well, most people think of it as a sort of inner voice. Let me give you an example. When I was young, I was a real guitar freak and forever dreaming up songs, so naturally I took it for granted I'd be following the music route, ideally as a composer. It would have been easy for me to go along with that, but talking to a friend who was doing psychology at university, it suddenly dawned on me that I could get interested in that too. The idea made me feel rather unsettled at first, but my inner voice told me that I'd really enjoy it, and here I am. Of course, my parents were hugely relieved that I'd finally decided to do something eminently sensible, as they called it, with my life. Anyway, about our research. Our team were interested in finding out whether the unconscious mind can remember things separately from the conscious mind, and what the difference is between intuitive decisions and those that rely on conscious memory. The first thing we had to do was to recruit volunteers. We weren't interested in using people who believed that they were intuitive when they made important decisions, as much as those who thought of themselves as logical. To find them, we asked local businesses if any of their staff would be interested, and advertised in the local press, but without much success. Luckily, we'd also put a leaflet on the notice board at the university and got a good response. What we asked the successful applicants to do was to complete a couple of questionnaires and participate in a memory test. We also asked them to keep a diary regularly, detailing the decisions they took, and saying whether they'd made snap judgments or whether they'd mulled things over. At the beginning of the memory test, we placed a set of electrodes on each person's head to record their brainwaves on the computer. We then flashed a series of colourful kaleidoscopic images onto a screen and asked participants to remember what they could. Participants appeared to be giving their full attention to half the images, but while they were looking at the other half, they were distracted by numbers which we read aloud and asked them to keep in mind. A few minutes later, our participants viewed pairs of images in a recognition test. We found that when they saw the image that they'd seen when distracted, a change of rhythm showed on the recording, suggesting they'd recognised it. Remarkably, and this was the extraordinary thing to us, they were more accurate in selecting images they'd seen when they were distracted than the ones they saw when they'd paid full attention and felt confident of their answers. This suggests to us that people have an unconscious memory, and for reasons we don't yet understand, their visual system is storing information more efficiently when they aren't paying attention.